You keep manifesting things that you do not want. You keep attracting situations that drain you. It is not punishment, it's a lack of vision. You cannot manifest nor walk toward something you refuse to see. Hello friends, it's Brooke-Sidney here, your favorite mindset and manifestation coach. And today we're talking all about vision and manifestation. This dropped into my spirit actually in church on Sunday. So shout out to Restoration Life here. But I really wanted to talk today about the power of vision as we are seeking to manifest our desires in our life. And for those of you that are new to me, right now we have some new ways to work with me. We have one-on-one coaching. We also have a brand new community called the Make Miracles Manifest Community and School. I'd love for you to join me there. And upcoming, this is kind of like a sneak preview, we are going to have a divine visioning masterclass. So stay tuned for those details. Everything will be in the show notes below, but it's looking like it's going to be December 12th or 12/12. But let's jump into the vision and manifesting. Proverbs 29 verse 18 tells us that where there is no vision, the people perish. Another translation says, where there is no revelation, people wander aimlessly. This vision has everything to do with what you're seeking to manifest. And I'm going to show you today how important vision is in terms of having the clarity and actually having the ability to see yourself with the exact same thing that you want. And I believe God wants for you. It's all about spiritual alignment. It's all about identity. And it's all about having that vision to set yourself up for the manifestation that you're seeking. Most people don't lack desire. Most people don't even lack effort. In fact, you might be sitting around right now thinking to yourself, hey, I'm doing all the affirmations. I'm doing all the affirmations. I'm doing my visualizations. I'm doing all of these things. But have you really grabbed hold of the vision? Most of us lack that clear spiritual vision and direction. When the vision is missing, the mind fills this void with fear, doubt, and lack. And then in comes all your survival-based choices. So then you're starting to manifest, because we're always manifesting. You start manifesting from fear and not from faith. And this is why people keep manifesting the things that they don't want. And I believe that when you do not hold God's vision for your life, your past will try to become your future. I'd love to have you go deeper, to truly think about this message today. Don't just think this is another manifestation message you're going to listen to and do nothing. Manifestation requires you to self-reflect and do the work. Right? Whether you're working with me one-on-one or you're listening to each of these videos, which in and of themselves are mini master classes. I want you to ask yourself, where in your life do you lack vision? Where do you feel like fog, confusion, or even frustration? Because to me, and what God was showing me even in church, is the areas that I lack vision are usually the areas that I don't have the manifestation that I'm seeking. That is also the area where God is trying to speak to me. Not trying to punish me, and I don't believe God is trying to punish you either. It's just a loving redirection. It's an opportunity for us, I feel, to surrender that area and get more of the vision. Now, to help you identify maybe where your vision might be lacking, I'd like you to think about the area of relationships, not just intimate relationships or an SP, but family relationships, relationships with your friends. Think about if God has given you, or if you have a vision for how you want these relationships to go, how you want them to flourish, how you want them to be, not just today, but 5 years, 10 years, 20 years from now. Maybe you're thinking about purpose. Maybe you're wondering if you're walking in your purpose. Maybe you're thinking that you lack kind of some vision over your money. One of the things that I'm realizing is that money deserves to be counted and accounted for, right? So tracking my money and all of that has been a great tool to help me increase my money. And again, that has required me to start putting more vision to what I want in my bank account and how I want my bank account to grow. Do you have a vision for your dollars? Health. Health is a great one. I can definitely see that in my life as well. I've always assumed good health. Now I'm starting to have some health challenges. And so I am, right, as you all are listening, as you all are my community and supporting me, I am manifesting even greater health for myself. So maybe this is an area that you want to ask God, what is a vision for you in your health? Maybe it's to lose more weight. Maybe it's to get over a chronic health condition. Or maybe it's just to have more energy. Maybe it's to feel better when you wake up in the morning. I don't know, because health could be physical as well as mental or emotional health. Start asking God and even listening in your quiet moments. What is the vision there that God is seeking to give you? Maybe you need to think about your boundaries in your life. Maybe there are certain areas that you know that you maybe people please, or that you're not operating your highest, or you're not advocating for yourself. Just think through all of these things. My goal here is to kind of stir up the thoughts, stir up the vision for you to activate that in your life, and to activate you praying and asking for the vision. And then the last two, I think, are kind of unique and things that I often put on my list, and it's creativity and my calling. Your calling can be different from your purpose. That's a video for another day. But ask yourself, are you using your creativity? Are you using your gifts in your calling and in your purpose? Like, what is the vision that you have for yourself in those areas? So one of the things I realized on Sunday is that, my worship is personal. My relationship with God is personal, as is yours. And we need to start taking a hold of our own relationship with God and our own worship and making it true to ourselves and not worrying about what it looks like. And this actually pours over into the vision for our lives, because so often we are influenced by what we see on social media, or we're influenced by who we actually used to be. And if I'm going to get real, preachy about it, who God delivered us from, right? The past versions of ourselves. So we have to let that go. We have to allow ourselves to worship as we want, allow ourselves to have the relationship that we want, and allow ourselves to have new visions for where our life is going in all those different areas. So I'm asking you today, when you're seeking the vision for these different areas, is to also seek authenticity. Seek to be yourself, because that is one of the biggest challenges that I see in manifestation and for my clients, is that a lot of times they're still caught up on woulda, coulda, shouldas about what they want and what they desire and what God has for them. And everything is so unique. So it really begins by us being true to ourselves about our relationship with God, what we're hearing from God, as well as what we truly want for our lives. And I believe if we start focusing too much on our image, if we start focusing on who we truly aren't, we're not going to be able to receive the revelation that is only ours. If your focus is on alignment, then you cannot miss the revelation. And I have to add, I feel like, a note here about vision and image and truly being authentically ourselves. Most of us, myself included, we all love to manage our image. We love to look strong, polished, successful, like we've got it all together, like we know everything. But God cannot speak to the mask. God speaks to your heart. God speaks to the real you. And oftentimes in my one-on-one sessions, that's often what I'm doing, is helping us peel back the layers, helping us peel back the mask to get to the true version of you that is manifesting from your heart and from your faith, and allowing God to speak into that, and then aligning ourselves and aligning our identity with that vision and with that revelation. You cannot receive divine vision when you're holding on to a limited human performance. So I just want to kind of remind you that I think a lot of times we are missing our manifestation, or our manifestation is delayed. It's usually in areas where the vision is missing. And those areas are often the same areas where God is not speaking into it, or we're not allowing ourselves to hear what God is speaking into those areas because we haven't given those areas to God. Those are also the same areas that God wants to bring clarity, direction, and identity. And I believe that it's not an accident, it's an invitation. To me, that's what this whole manifestation process is. To me, it is an opportunity for us to walk in alignment with God, and it's for us to have a deeper relationship with God, to help us co-create what we are designed to do here on this planet to benefit God, as well as ourselves and our families and our legacy. So I'm going to ask you, stop asking for a blessing and a manifestation that you cannot even see. Ask God to show you the next vision. Ask for your next instruction. Ask for God to order your steps. Ask for the next vision and for your next identity shift. Because once you see it, then you can move toward it. Habakkuk 2:2. If you want help gaining clarity or restoring and receiving that vision, I invite you to book a one-on-one session. I'm also inviting you into the brand new Make Miracles Manifest community and school. Love to have you there. And then stay tuned, because we're having a divine visioning masterclass coming up to help us all become more aligned with God's vision for our lives. I'll see you in the next video.